Ladies and gentlemen, we are very sorry for that little break in transmission. It was a technical issue. God's grace has been settled. Welcome back to Influence Talk Time, episode 3. Ladies and gentlemen, like we were saying, Mr. Otonye Daniel, you were telling us about the meaning of, and you.
Yeah, like I said before, education has various meanings across different platforms and it is based on context. But for this, for an official purpose, we will use the Oxford Advanced 7th edition, which says education is a process, keyword being process, of teaching, training, or learning. Yeah, we are talking about students now.
Students.
About
Teaching,
learning.
training, or learning. Okay, you're talking about students. At the same time, you will agree with me that we cannot take away just those who impart knowledge, who coordinate training. Thank you so much. You have really done well with that definition. Going forward, Mr. Otonye, according to words in the topic, I'd love you to tell us what of the word fraud and the meaning of the word key according to the of the topic.
Okay. As regards the context of the topic,
Yes.
yeah, key in a layman's definition is any tool or a tool in a lock.
Okay.
Yeah, that lock could be crypt or anything. But then a fraud is anything that is seemingly true but is only a smoke screen in this context. And in real sense, very much a lie.
Very much
With
a lie.
the aim, the deliberate aim of taking someone else.
Permit me to underline the word.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, now I want us to move straight to the business of. You have successfully enlightened us on the meaning education. Now we are narrowing down to the Nigerian educational system. You elaborate on what you know that should be that the educational system in a country be.
Okay. There is no way, there is certainly no way to overemphasize the state of the Nigerian educational system.
Emphasize.
There is no way.
Okay.
You can try, but there is no way because it's in a dismal state.
Wow.
Yes. We are giving formal education, so to say. We're giving formal education used to us by the whites. And since then, there have been advancements and various procedures taken to make education better, move forward. But Nigeria's education is something else. It has not moved forward. There are no processes, there are no deliberate attempts to make things work. Now, normally education is supposed to create the future. The people who will lead later on in life, the future. That's why they go to things from when it started. From Egypt, it's from Athens, in Greece, and that's
Wow.
why it started. To mold an ideal future. But today's educational system in Nigeria, I believe it is, for the most part, keywords, most part, about 70 to 60% of it, deliberate aim, collect money, to defraud students of money without delivering on the promised
Wow.
results.
Wow. Mr. Otonye, thank you so much. You have been able to, I also observe that you try to go down in tell us what educational system, education in quote, is supposed to be for the future. Now, Mr. Otonye, like I did point out, in the process of impacting knowledge, training, it is not all about the students,
Yes.
also the teachers, they are key players. I want to ask you, from your profile, you are a graduate of history and diplomatics. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
Now, from your experience from nursery or kindergarten to tertiary institution, have you ever come across teachers, instructors, or lecturers who are, in a way, fraudulent?
Okay, that's a very good question. Because, there is a way things work. Sometimes you are in a system. I believe you watched The Matrix,
Yes,
the
yes,
movie.
yes.
Yeah.
I love that
There
one.
are people in the system who are in the matrix without being aware of it. They play peculiar roles, make the system work. But to them, it's what we call free will. They're doing what they would normally do.
They're just living.
Yes, they are just living. So most times, it's not in the subconscious, so to say, of the teacher. Say, okay, I'm about to see the student. I am selling the student what I cannot offer him or her. It is not the teacher, get me right, it is the system.
Okay.
That is the problem here.
Not the
Now,
teacher.
the system creates a curriculum and says, okay, you are studying for 6 years in a secondary school, and you have to study this, you have to study that, you have to study this. Now, the question is, we watch movies and we learn from them. That's one medium for education.
Yes.
And we've seen several times at science fairs in these movies, students doing things. Like, you watch a movie and you say, this child is in grade 5, and they're having science fairs concerning physics. Now, in Nigerian educational system, at what stage do you learn physics?
I see.
In your secondary. That's on average about years or so. We are talking of grade 5 children of 8. So, experience-wise, from about 8 years of age, you are learning physics.
Sorry to cut you. The question is on the teachers. Have you found? Now, I'm understanding that you're trying to move away from the subject, the teachers, and you're still hammering on the system. So I want to know from you, from kindergarten to this point, you're a graduate.
Yes.
You've served your NYC, right?
Yeah.
So have you come across any? The topic says the system is fraudulent, and there are key players. The system doesn't stand alone.
Yes.
I agree with you. The system has a fault. Not improving. So the players, the key players, the teachers, have you ever come across anyone? Should I share experience to guide you?
No, as a matter of fact, yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, both personally and otherwise. Yeah. Kindergarten, it's nowhere. I didn't attend kindergarten school. I straight from the primary school. So I'll talk about my university experience. I've met teachers. There are lecturers rather, who would not come to for a whole semester until it is close to exams. They come for advice.
It's only lecturers also do that. I thought it's only students that classes and come for exams.
That's like what the lecturers really love. They are there not for the love of teaching the students, most of them, but because okay, it offers a kind of pay. Job. Now most of them have 3 to 5 jobs, and they end up not delivering. They end up not coming to classes. I won't mention names, but I have a few
please don't.
lecturers, yeah, who only come at the end of the semester to say, okay, this and this is what you would read. Just do a crash course, and at the end of the day, there are certain exams very difficult, knowing fully well that students would fail just to sort. Wow. That's fraud, don't you think?
I feel like clapping. You have a whole lot of experience on, like, you're basing experience on past necessity. Okay, going forward, Mr. Otonye, you've really done well, and I'm happy you didn't mention names because I wouldn't want to keep my
okay,
like
sorry to cut you. Not just the immediate past. Secondary schools, it happens.
Happen.
We bought workbooks we never used.
I did that too.
Yeah, we bought a lot of them, and they would so whip your ass for that. Sorry for the curse word.
No problem. No problem. Mr. Otonye, thank you so much. Enough of the teachers. Enough of the teachers. Let's go down this of education. Do you agree that education, in its honesty, it is a business? Business of education. So, what do you think is the true intent of school owners away from government-owned schools? What do you think is the true intent of school owners when they go into educational system?
If you're saying, or if we're talking about the business of education, get save the government aspect we're
Yes.
talking about owner. I would love to tell you that the first thing for a business is delivering on your deliverable. That's what we call deliverable. Things you promise, the things you can do about them. And without that in business, without your results, your key results, there will be no template with which customers or clients will judge you.
Okay,
So, as a good
sorry to
business,
cut you. Personally, I was thinking, correct me, have that position. I was thinking that business kind of profit.
yes, it is profit oriented, but how long can you keep making profit by delivering bad results?
Now,
So the
concentrate on
private educational system
yes,
in Nigeria, they try so hard, to meet up, like taking Covenant University for example. Okay, I read from Tunde Omotoye on Twitter. He said one of the key employers in the tech sector in Nigeria told him and said, at interviews, Covenant University students mostly do well. Why? They've been prepared. They create the enabling environment for them. Now there are bad private schools. Now the aim is to make profit, but there are those who are trying to do it right. But the bad ones are about them, about just like 70% of the bad ones. And that's for the government school. Mostly this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In essence, you are telling us that the true intent, school owners, most school owners in the private sector, deliver promises, impacting knowledge, good training.
No, don't get me wrong. The true intent of any businessman is to make profit.
That was what I was saying.
So the businessman who sees the future will try to
deliver,
to keep the
to
business,
make profit. What about some skills, maneuvers, just to make profit, whether it is they're delivering or not? Okay. Kind of business skill.
Okay. You know why? People would always go for brands like iPhone.
I don't know.
They deliver. They said this is this, and no matter the cost, people would buy it because it is what it is. Okay. It can never go out of fashion. So those schools, most good schools are like that. As long as they deliver, people will send their children there. People graduating from A-class schools know that they are coming out to oil company jobs and all that. Compared to those of government schools, even with better emotional intelligence and IQ levels, they are coming to earn power registrations. So, see the difference.
Very big difference. Okay, Mr. Otonye, thank you so much. You really done well. Now let's go back. Government-owned institutions, still on the business of education. Now, in the universities, I noticed that there are businesses like stores, supermarkets, restaurants, and all that. Now, these businesses within the school environment, who collects rent from these shop owners? Do you have any idea?
Okay, we have a very small sample size to judge from, but from UST, Nigeria University, and Uniport, I know as a matter of fact that the school property and take rents.
Thank you so much. Now, on this answer you've given, I want to, away from fees, tuition, what and government allotment allocation to the school, what does the school authority use in running the school? If there are no fees, there is no government funding, any other way they use?
Now, I will not
from a
give
student perspective,
a
don't speak
categorical
like
answer
an authority.
because I do not know. I am not part of the system. Apart from that, we all know government schools are run by the government, are being sponsored by the government, not
Yes,
run by the
run
government.
by them.
Okay, let me give you an allusion from my time in school. Yes. Do you know that Between 2012 and 2016 in NGU, the state government paid every worker down to the least cleaner.
Okay.
Yet, the fees of students go to the coffers of a peculiar account for the school. The state government had no access. Now, as a state government, you're a business owner, have a school. Nothing from every worker.
Keep funding.
Keep funding. I do not know about any other thing, but I know this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was driving at. Let me still ask you. In the situation, like I said, no fee funding. Most most is academic activity hold. So there are monies somewhere just because it's not from government, it's not from I think it's proper.
I think the money aside school fees and government sponsorship will not be enough to put that into consideration. There are professors we about 500. There are many of them in this school. How many shop rents would it be? The family. How many would you take to pay them their stipends or send them on educational sabbatical?
Okay. That's fair enough.
They have families to feed.
That's fair enough. I love from where you're coming from. So I want to come straight ask you. They are not personal, but my position. Like I said, and from your profile, you are a student of graduated department history. Now, can you confidently tell me that the Nigerian educational system, 4 years, has served you well? How is it funny?
Okay, it's very, very, very funny. It's
Share your experience, my brother.
It is because I would speak from a personal point of view, an experience point of view, and I would make points out of it. When I wrote JAM, when I registered for JAM, I went through a brochure and I said, okay, I'm picking history and which is another name for history and international relations. Yeah? And I made my research, my background research. There was an NIIA, National Institute for International Affairs. That's where you go when you're done with studying international relations. A career diplomat. Yeah. So there were just a few schools offering international relations standing alone. And we have only about OAU and U of I, University of okay. History. Still the same thing. So in school, categorically, second semester, year one, our HOD told us, he said, you people are just here. In a very croaky voice. You people are just here. When we had only history, we had 5 students, 10 students, 15 students. So we said we should add diplomacy.
You are very diplomatic.
As a bait for students. Keyword, a bait.
Wow.
So you are here to study history. And it's true. In a space of 4 years, we had only 2 courses on international relations.
Now, of 3 years.
4 years.
4 years.
We had only international relations, international law. Now, we were busy studying. And if it was history, relevant history, it would have been okay. That's nice. Because history has various forms. But we are here studying about things and things and things, not even black history, to show you how much acculturation we have gone through. We are studying about one certain Abraham Lincoln in USA, dead for how many years? What do we need that kind of history? Now, we are not having courses that will teach us how to be proud on being Nigerian. Because history, whether we like it or not, brings about nationalism. When you know your history, have a certain amount of pride. But we are learning about USA, Britain, and stuff. So what was it for? So for practically 4 years, we learned about 20% Nigerian history, 70% European history, and 10% diplomacy. Not even up to 10, I would say 0 point something. So how is that not fraud? How is that not fraud? And you know the funny thing, I told one of my lecturer, because not to be a rhetorical lizard, you get. I was kind of like a good student, so I was with the lecturers. And I told one of them, I said, that was about year two. I said, do you know I can sue this department for fraud? He was like, why? And I explained my reasons to him, crystal clear. He saw these reasons with me and he said, please don't sue.
He was literally begging.
Yes, because it's true.
Yeah,
they don't deliver. Now, they made us go through this, not just me. Now, I have a friend in biology. I had a friend in biology. Yeah, she had a space for herself in the company, Nigerian nepotism. She had a space for herself, and she was promised, if you come out with a degree in environmental biology, you have a job waiting for you. Now, NDU promised over 100 and something students that they had environmental biology. That, hey, you pick an option when you are in year 3 first semester, and your certificate will carry environmental biology or something else. Now they graduated 2016. Certificates came out and it was what? Just biology. There was no way she would apply for that job and get it with a certificate in just biology, because it was an oil company. So imagine the opportunity missed. She has every right to sue because that was active fraud.
Very, very active. Wow. Thank you so much. Really, you have a wealth of aspect. I would have loved to feel for you, but you come out pissed. I won't say so because you're grounded. You're fully grounded, and also give credit to the university.
On me being grounded.
On you, right?
Okay. I can literally study space science right now and be grounded in it. No credit to it. I have a smart mind. I love to take myself that way. So if I'm good, it's because I'm good.
Not because of the institution.
Not because.
Wouldn't give the university in your school, your secondary school, university also, secondary school experience of the secondary days. Do you have any experience, negative experience of teachers per se? Did you have any?
It's funny because it's like I'm in a time capsule now, going back in time.
Yeah.
And we know that education, the system itself, is built of bricks upon bricks. The kindergarten being the foundations. Now the thing is, even in secondary school, I would not say everyone, but I for one was used to make money by my school. I won a lot of competitions, but I had nothing. Monies, a lot of money. I was used for spelling.
Source of revenue for your school.
Debate competitions, spelling bees, this and that and that. And there was no time they called my parents to say, hey, your child won this or your child won that. And the funny thing is, my secondary school, being a government secondary school, did not give positions. You only know who is the best students out of averages.
I have that experience.
So we just say, okay, I have the highest average, and your mates at home are saying, I took first, and you're like, I took first because I have the highest average. Where is it on your result? Now, during all this time, there were teachers who still, without knowing that it is a crime they were committing,
you
from now they are still till now.
You're very precise on how did it?
Okay. Now you force me to buy something I will not use. No, I will not use. What's that?
You don't need it.
I don't need it. You're using me for profit.
We are still talking about fraud.
It's still fraud.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, Mr. Otonye, let me just cut you and go a little bit. Now, I have little experience on school and in secondary school. There are teachers who sell bonds, sell peanuts, Like in my secondary school, we had a math teacher, Telamaris College. You call him a math crusade.
Yeah.
The man will just come to class, will copy this new general mathematics on the board. And what he will tell us, the students, is copy it to your notebook. If you want the explanation, come for math crusade. Do you know what a math crusade is? Mathematics extramural class. In the math crusade class, his wife is selling bonds. After paying the lesson fee, your ticket to enter the class is a bonds in your hand.
You see what I'm saying?
And then I had another teacher, home economics teacher, when she comes to class, before she starts teaching, every student must buy her peanuts. Before she starts teaching. And if you don't buy the peanuts, you're leaving the class.
Oh, let me tell you something. Okay, a friend told me this. I won't mention the name of the school and the teacher too. It's only good. Okay. You get. So a friend told me this. He said, in school then, the teacher would tell the class captain, write the names of noisemakers. Now when she comes and picks up the list, the only reason for you not to get your ass moved was that you buy Azubu and Boss.
That's your bailout.
Yes, and even up to the time, I think it was Omeya who came up with that law that those students should be flogged again. Cane should not be used anymore. Yeah. They still found a way to flog. They still found a way to flog and force you to buy some things. Don't get me wrong, there are good teachers I can never forget.
Yes.
I have some etched in my memories. I can never forget.
Very good teachers we had. Just like they said, you apple, one apple was the whole basket of apples. So, my brother, let's still on education. Nigerian educational system, fraud or key. Esteemed audience, I want to believe you are following. Go straight to the live chat and see the contribution and reaction from the audience. Del Toro X is saying school no be choice. Okay? Richie Well say our Nigerian educational system no be here. Okay? Good work, Egerton. I love the guest. He is natural.
Thank you.
Just being himself and answering the questions exactly the way it is. Wow. Still, Udwak Egerton, she's saying, exactly, I've thought about suing my school so many times. Oh my God, there are a lot of appalling situations out there. Okay, Richie Weld is saying to go school for Nigeria na wahala. No enter, no easy. To enter, no easy. When you come out, now God's grace, and go help you.
Yes.
You can see that.
Do you know that?
It's a
Sorry
general
to cut.
situation. Yeah.
Yes. Do you know that? Recently, I saw a meme on Twitter saying, "Until you're done with your NYSC, you will realize why at the end of your national pledge there is a word, there is a phrase rather, help me God." And of a truth, it is when you stop receiving those stipends.
So help me God.
You know why God really needs to help you.
Wow. Ms. Otonye, let's go forward now. You have, let me say we have named, we have pointed out the areas, educational system. Now, if you were to be, you were to be the governor, you have to be the president, you have to be the commissioner of education, you have to be the minister of education, if you were to be a lecturer, if you were to be the VC, if you were to be a principal of a secondary school, you have to be an owner of a school, what will you do? Make sure that it's
That's a very key question. You know why? Not just one person can make it work. It needs to be a change in mentality. We need a revolution. We need a revolution. You know why? Let me give you an instance. Education over time mutates. Education is conventional. There are things that were in phase at a particular point of time, but are now obsolete. At one point, Aristotle said, goats beat from their ears, and the whole world believed it because it was Aristotle. It has been proven to be false. So false. That particular knowledge is out of the question. Now we have lecturers who still teach with lecture notes from 30 years ago. They don't change. They know nothing. Now the thing is, when someone is going through a school system, try as much as possible to create a schedule, create patterns, lecture patterns, teaching patterns aimed at getting maximum output. Things that are student oriented, things that will make things work for students. So the first point of call is, how do we make? We have unconventional schools. We have schools. Okay, let's take from Europe. In Europe, at one point in time, the Dark Ages, people knew just there. Had people saying all sorts of things. The church was in control. But then we came to a period which was called Renaissance, where people started loved learning, the love for the arts and stuff. It was an individualistic period. People started to think about themselves, what they can give to the system they were in. So we had a lot of great men come out of there. And as a result, the Industrial Revolution, that's why you have machines right now. Times were changing. Teaching patterns were changing. From the halls in Athens, where people stood to teach, we were having schools. We were having people teaching the sciences, laws of navigation. We were having advancements everywhere because things were starting to work. The system had to go through a revolution. Work. Up till now, changing. Times are changing. Now we're having space laws. We're having people going to space. Damn. The SpaceX program is about having people on space, colonizing a few more planets. And Nigeria here, we are still talking of.
We are trying to get out of it.
I don't know. We are talking of religious squabbles. Our Senate sits and they fight every day. They are talking about raising their fees and a lot of things. Everything just works against this. Everything. We need a total revolution. It must not be a bloody one. It's one of the mind. Where the people would have to feel, okay, how do we make it work? Else, a particular individual trying to fight against the system becomes the rebel against the system.
That's true.
And becomes a matter.
You'll be locked up. Locked up.
So I've seen situations where there are a few lecturers who are trying to do things right in the department, and you hear other lecturers saying, in they do like saying only nice. You know those kind of things. So there are people actually trying to make the system work. There are people there. But a drop of water never makes an ocean. Need any drop. A lot of it. So being there first, create rest times. You're in the position of being a governor. Of course.
You not.
Okay, if I am the governor of Bayelsa State or Rivers State, yes, I know that one of the key problems is nepotism and just picking VC out of worked for me. Without putting into consideration that that person and the policies and the decisions of that person concerning the school holds the future of your state. Now you try as much as possible, narrow down and pick the right person for every job. And you create a policing system because the system cannot work without checks and balances. Because once there are no checks and balances, the system crumbles because there will be overflows. There will certainly be people who are trying to outdo themselves, who are trying to make criminal profits out of the system. So if you create a balanced policing system and say, okay, students, you have this, have this to report to if a lecturer is harassing you, if a lecturer is molesting you sexually. I had a lecturer tell me to my face, okay, he said to the class, he said, somebody tried to have an A and I removed 3 marks from him. You cannot have an A. I laughed so hard in the class, we all laughed because we didn't know who it was. My results came out, I checked and I was 67, the highest in the class. Practically it was me. So I became aggrieved. So you have lecturers working against the progress of students. You have lecturers who are there to curb the progress of students. If you have a very good policing system for students to report to, and the lecturers in their subconscious know that there is a system that checks them, that the system outside the school actually works, they will be on their toes. They will certainly be on their toes. It's only in Nigeria you hardly see a professor of 23, 25, 30. But we've seen professors of 30. You don't even need to have a PhD to be a professor. But in Nigeria, you have to be a member.
Right and right book.
Of some secret course too. Yes. Let's not act like we don't know these things.
We are coming to that. We're actually coming to that.
So, almost everything works against everything. Almost everything. So, if someone in this room knows that the world outside cannot check me, cannot put me in my place when I do something wrong in this room, then I am the king. I'll do whatever I want, knowing that the world outside has nothing on me. We know of the cases of lecturers asking for sex forgiveness. It's supposed to be that way. Now, you expect the people that come out of that system, those people who grow with the mentality that, okay, if I have 5,000, what's this cost? You expect them to come out and know what they go there for. You expect them to come out and deliver. That's why companies even find it hard to get the people they want. In earnest, that's why we even have to employ CV writers, professional CV writers, to garnish CVs for people. Because these companies know that once we take these people, we need to train them again. Why not just take my brother and train him? Because in a place where things work, you also have to put in place industry knowledge in betwixt the school system. Like when I was surfing for a scholarship program, Nottingham University, you'd see a course and you'd see 1 year overseas, 1 year industry experience. As regards ICT, with Google, with Intel, with this, they have options. They will already liaise with people relevant in your industry. So while you are there, have yourself working. Have yourself working already. So when you are out and the company wants the employee says, here's experience, you have nothing to murmur about. But here we come out and we see his experience out there. Yeah, they won't make her get that from now, not just finish school. Because the system itself negates whatever we try to do. In fact, students know that they can actually not even do their ITs and nothing. Because the schools put them through the stress of looking for IT space themselves. So there are a lot of facets, there are a lot of things to make work. There are a lot of loopholes to plug. So whenever you're in that position, you have to see through the student's eye and say, what does the student need? So the first thing I will do is ask myself, what does the student need? And I work from there. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. You have really a lot of things, a lot of questions I wanted to ask, but your manifesto as for being the governor or the president, you really touched a lot of areas. I wanted to ask this situation of lecturers asking for money for X from norm in the university system, but you said it clearly from explanation. I also wanted to ask the case of sorting, using money to gain grades. Also mentioned it, but there's an area you did not actually mention. You mentioned the word, but it has to do with lecturers, professors, and all that. I want to narrow it down to, and that's the area of schools.
Okay.
What do you know about it? And as a governor, president,
Cultism on the school campus. Now that's something Nigeria has been trying to tackle for a very long time, but you know why it will not end? Because the same people you move to tackle such issues are the same persons that are key players in the occult system. You get, we have idols like Ole Soyinka starting it
yeah,
for a good purpose at the time. Now, if you go through the norms and ethics of most cult groups, you'll see things like equality, protection of the oppressed, and such things, and you would be forced to laugh. You say, these people they call our phone. You must always be fair. I've read books. I've read some of their norms and ethics, and I'm like, what? You get, they're even registered. Yes. The police can stop you and you say, yes, I am a registered nurse man, and it's nothing. It's nothing. But on the school campus, they operate differently with different regalias and emblems, and they are the very stamp of oppression. You can't dare wear red on Fridays or wear yellow on Saturdays. They will pull it off you and take whatever you have. Now that is a key problem. That is a key problem. Now you know why this continues to entice people. Why? Because there is a promise that after school, I have biking, and the jobs. There are jobs that will be reserved for us. This is mostly a fallacy too. That after school, yes, they give us jobs. So politician is of my frat. So politician is of my frat. So that's enticing, don't you think? So why should I read? Why not just join one of them, and when I come out, I get what I want. I do well and get what I want. But it turns out to be, in most cases, a lie. Only about 2% of them finally gets what they want. So it's a key problem. You have a body checking it, but even the bodies which they try to use check them out,
they have
to metamorphose into courtrooms themselves. You know, they turn out to like, what do we call them? The man of war in school and stuff. In university, at one point, it was being used as a tool against one cult group, because most of the man of war people are from the opposing cult group. So you see how it works. It's hard. It's deep rooted. It's like a metaphorical dragon.
Hydra. Mr. Otonye, thank you so much. You've really done justice to as in you are grounded. You're grounded in this area of the educational system and of a truth. Esteemed audience, you've heard it from Mr. Otonye, a graduate of diplomatic studies, history and diplomatic studies, who was actually defrauded. True intent wasn't achieved. But to God be the glory, he is very, very grounded. Moving forward, Mr. Otonye, a popular musician, Nigeria, and I want to know from you if you, in true honesty, agree to his statement. The executive, His Excellency, President of the Federal Republic of Malians, said, last, fool and scam. Do you agree to that?
There are questions that are not yes or no questions. I hope you know.
I know that.
There are questions that require philosophical answers.
Give us your answer.
A sitting on the fence answer.
That have to be humble.
Now I'll break it down for you.
Okay.
Yes. For the most of us, last,
the most of us.
For the most of us.
Okay?
Because we end up not doing the things ended. But it will be very myopic to just say outrightly. Because the experiences, the exposure it offers you by virtue of the persons you meet makes it worth the while. Makes it worth the while. You meet people, you have a few experiences. You have to learn how to adapt to a new environment. Damn it. If it wasn't for the fact that I went to school, I would still believe in the dream and writing WAEC and saying, study international relations. Mind you, NIA is now closed. It is now for only persons already in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So you see, it's now something of nepotism. No day inside, you know, day inside. Yeah, you cannot just study what you want and write your exams and go into the academy and get diploma. So, in essence, some courses are scam.
Not school.
System are scam. But
so
there
the
are always
is not the key.
There are always peculiar situations that fall out the matrix. Certainly, but must not be at 100. At least 70%. 70% is. But for me, I would not say it's really failed me, you get. Because all the experiences I had there, I would not be.
So at the end, you have to give the schools
Credit to myself for being able to adapt.
Experience that you have.
Yeah, there are persons that came out there and are lost. I know people that are out of school and they are lost because they're solely focused on what is on now.
Mr. Otonye, thank you so much. You have really done well. I want to let's just look into the comment section for it. Contribution from here. Yeah, you made a statement of so help me God. Amen Ubi acknowledge. Udwak Egetin said my own white chalk was ticket. Okay, talking about secondary school experience. Bring one white chalk every morning so you enter class. I can remember taking a whole pack of chalk to class and I won my teacher's heart. That is never beaten. Wow. At all levels, the level of fraud. Okay, Amenubi said the bad just keeps overshadowing the good in the educational system. Okay? Braille AB. I don't want to read that out loud. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to mention something. Because of discussion, you made mention of industrial revolution, dark age, that, and from your analysis, appeared like a system moved from an informal system of education, formal system of education. And from what we are looking at now, more or less going back to an informal educational system where people learn outside the school environment, like you said, can actually practically teach yourself history without going to school, reading your books and all that. So I want to ask you quickly, if you have son and he has passion in automobile engine and God forbid you don't have the resources outside it, would you prefer to send that your son go and serve Oga, for instance, Ikoku, or you prefer to send that your son to the same university you went to study engineering, mechanical engineering, something like that?
Not to the same university, but to.
No, let's use your experience.
Yes, my experience. That's why I had learned.
So you wouldn't make that mistake. But if these were just the options, would you prefer the informal to the formal in this Nigeria?
Now, you would send your son to Oga. Why? Why would you do that? You want him to be at Eco all his life. No. Now the sweet thing, the only sweet part of everything is I can actually go to school not know what I get to learn. And my dad would actually can actually call someone and say, okay, my son is a graduate of blah blah blah. And he might be employed.
And when you're employed,
And when
you
you're
are sent
employed,
to training
you are sent to training
in an informal system.
Not in an informal system. You are employed first as a graduate trainee. You cannot just leave school. You cannot just leave school, come out and be experienced higher.
So in essence, what you're saying is, the engineering course.
Yes,
in
my
university,
son.
and for your son to go get a practical, straight up experience without having to sort anybody.
Don't confuse the mechanical engineer with the roadside technician who is a mechanic.
But if you give them the same task, who do you think would, especially graduate students?
It's like, okay, listen.
Somebody who spent 5 years in the university and another person spent 5 years with Oga in a mechanic shop. Who do you think, if they give them a task, who do you think?
Let me answer your question. Well? Do not a rat's job.
Is a rabbit there?
Rabbit is one who went. You know why? Mechanical engineer is not taught.
That's when the system is working.
His sole aim is not to learn how to repair. That's not his job.
Okay.
Work is design.
Not to repair.
Yes.
Not maintenance.
Not maintenance. Maintenance is for the rats. Sorry to call it that way. I know the allusion might be offensive, but
it's not.
You get it. You don't do that. In football, you cannot tell the number 5 to be the number 10 sport. It doesn't happen. That's way above his class. A different class. You cannot bring someone down to some other person in school and expect him to.
Okay.
Now you bring their two to the same environment, a company. There is no way the mechanic would be above this one with just his paper and nothing. So it would be like whenever I ask something, go do that thing. Go and do that. Go and do this. Go and do that. Go and do this. So his flaws are covered. But does he have the job to come to when he's? That's the thing. It's a shark world out there. I'm putting my son university in experience. But first, I have a lot of lessons to do as a father. A lot of things to explain. But mind you, my son wouldn't need all those kind of stuff like blah 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 because
taking him out. Ship your son out.
I want to see.
You're gonna be the governor.
No, not for that.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Otonye Daniel. You really done well. Expatiated on everything and I've exhausted my question. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to move up to the next segment of the show. The next segment of the show, like you already know, is the Magic Box. Magic Box, this is where my guest, esteemed guest, Mr. Otonye, is going to dip his hands into this box and he's going to pick out one ribbon, one color. And today, we have trending issues. And I'm going to read out the trending issues, which my guest is going to pick from, ballot from. On the red color, we have a Twitter hack 2020. You know about that?
I like intelligent stuff.
And on the blue, we have entanglement, Jada and Will Smith. And on the gold color, we have her virginness, Virginia Regina Nwoko.
Oh, the queen of virginity. Okay.
So, Mr. Otonye Daniel, this is what you do.
What do I do?
These are the colors, as you can see. You turn away your hands and bring out just one color. And whichever color you bring out, according to what is written here, you're going to tell us whatever you know about that trending topic. So,
Can I peep?
no, don't peep. Not allowed. This is not a classroom. Not peeping. That way.
Okay.
Bring your left hand. Right. No. You don't have to look. You don't have to look. Okay.
I should direct my hand. Leave
No,
the hand.
you're free. Okay. Gold color. Otonye pick gold color. And what does it say?
Let's see.
Virginess. Her virginess. Virginia. Regina. Woko.
Oh.
It's okay. What do you know about this trending issue? What is it all about? I saw a picture on Instagram. 5 nurses, but the faces wearing female. One was Kiss Daniel's face, Davido's face, what was the Techno's face? What's this other guy's name? Olamide's face. And what was titled was the 5 virgins.
Oh.
So what do you know about the trending topic, Mr.?
Okay, I know for one thing that the billionaire Ned Woko said he married his last wife, Regina.
Are you sure it's the last wife?
It is.
Right.
So far the last wife. He married her a virgin. And I have nothing to say about it because I am not there. I am neither her ex or her brother or a close friend. So basically something to make waves about on social media. Yeah.
True,
We all know a much publicized ex. I don't even know his name. I do not follow Nigerian celebrity.
You don't give a damn.
I'm allowed to use it. I don't give an F.
You don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn about such things. You get? So he said she's a virgin. So okay. She doesn't look
And like they
one.
said, the taste
It's not
of the
written.
pudding is in the eating. He has eaten, so he
Yeah,
should
he
know.
has eaten, so he knows whether she used lime to wash before, but I don't know.
Now you know, I know they do.
Oh, okay, sorry, I'm on air, I forget.
My brother.
So that it's we know, like I would not say we know, but we suspect due to social media and the much publicized life of herself that her mother was taking her mountain. But that's a mother. Might just be taking her, okay, with my daughter, this is up her career and stuff. So I do not really know what it is all about. That's his wife. There are issues. That's what he should believe.
And
The
he,
past does
and
not
he
matter.
said all his wives, he married them virgin.
Fuck yes. If I marry today, my wife is a virgin. I don't give a damn about how many times we had intercourse before. I've had intercourse before them. But she's a virgin. She's born new. We are now one.
He's born again.
We are.
He has been baptized in the rivers of marriage.
We are both virgins and new because we are a new body.
Yes.
Yeah, we
the
are
union
new
made it
body.
possible.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Otonye. We have really spent a lot of time. Thank you so much. I know you are participating. Let's go through the chat section to see what people are saying. Deltoro X, a nice one will be Richie Wealth, Mado Virgins on the low. See Richie Wealth, this guy the man, live to wash wear. I don't know that. I don't know. Thank you so much. We just have to move forward. We've really spent a lot of time on today's talk time. Let's move forward to the next segment. The next segment of the show. Do you know what that is?
I don't.
I
I like mystery, so.
Like this. The next segment is called blind spots. Blind spots.
Up the ante.
You remember when you came in here, we were given a form to fill and some questions. So we have randomly.
I thought that was for money. Give me money.
If you give you money, yeah, now end power.
Okay.
So you gave us a phone number, and this is the point. I'm going to put a call across that individual. and ask that individual the questions that you gave answers to. Just few of those questions. Hope your contact is ready to bombarded by me. So this is the point I put a call across. So that is a family member, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hello?
Hello. My name is Stephen Muzan, aka
Okay.
Influence.
Good evening.
I am calling you from Influence Talk Time Show, going on live on YouTube. And there's somebody here with me, Mr. Otonye Daniel. He gave us your number, said you are a family member. Do you know him?
Alright.
Do you know Otonye Daniel?
Yes, my brother.
Okay, that's nice. So I'm going to ask you few questions about him to know how close you are with him. Are you ready for me? Are you ready?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, the first question is, what is Otonye's best TV show?
Best what?
TV show.
TV show.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Every day.
She got it. She got it. So what character are you on Game of Thrones?
Oh, Jon Snow, baby.
Jon Snow. Okay. Thank you so much. We're moving to the next question. The next question is, what are the likes? What are the things that Otonye likes?
Come again.
What are the likes of Otonye? What does he like? What are the things that he like?
Like life in general.
Yeah, in general, what does he like? What are the things he loves doing?
He likes football.
Okay?
He likes football.
I've heard you that. Now another one. Just give us three.
Movies
Okay?
and books.
Books.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You got the first one correct, but the other ones, according to what he told us, you didn't get it correctly.
A lot of lies.
You
So
gave
I
us
can't eat
three.
all.
Yeah,
said
you
three.
gave us three, and she didn't get it three. Okay, let's ask you the
Both
next
of them
question. Now, this is a life situation. This is a life situation. Now, your brother just got married, and his best friend and his newly wedded wife went out for shopping, and unfortunately, they were kidnapped. And now they're asking for ransom, and he only has money for one person. Between the best friend and the newly wedded wife, who do you think is going to release from the kidnappers
His
next?
best friend and
His newly wedded bride.
Wife.
Wife.
his best friend.
He will pick his best friend.
Over my wife? No, nah.
You failed!
My wife.
You
now.
failed!
With my best friend called to me. Does he have breast? Oh God, this guy is disgracing me.
Okay, let's move forward. You failed that one. The very last one we're going to ask you. This is a statement. Now you are going to identify which one is true and which one is false. Are you listening?
Okay, yeah.
He said, I prefer James Hadley Chase to John Grisham, but I am not a 6 feet guy.
I'm not getting that.
He said, I prefer James Hadley Chase
Yeah.
to John Grisham, but I am not 6 foot tall.
But I am not what?
6 foot tall. 6 feet tall. Okay? Which one is true? Which one is a lie? In that statement.
I'm not getting that.
Okay, let's move to the next statement. Now, the next statement, he said that he preferred Ronaldo to Messi, and
Okay.
he is a what's the club?
Juventus fan.
He is a Juventus fan. He prefers Ronaldo to Messi, and he is a Juventus fan. Which one is true? Which one is false?
He prefers Ronaldo to Messi.
And he is not a Juventus fan. Are you taking expo from somebody?
He prefers Ronaldo to Messi. I'm not getting the other thing.
Is he a Juventus fan or not?
Ronaldo to Messi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have really done well. Thank you so much.
Alright.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Took. He did not, but they are one, so carry.
It's carried. Thank you so much. Your contact, or your sister, she knows you very well.
Every
She's
day,
not you, so
I
definitely
prefer Ronaldo to Messi.
it's not everything that she will definitely come out with. Okay, this is the time we reach out to the audience.
Okay. What do we do?
Now we are going to give away time. There are recharge cards that you out to them.
Okay.
The 4 different, should I say active or
I
popular?
use glue. Can I load this?
No, we don't do that here. Give it to me.
Okay.
This is what we do. We don't have glow here. What do you do with glow here? Now, what's glow? What's glow?
I don't know.
Do you know what is glow?
I used to think.
So this is what we do. These are the recharge cards in your hands. I'm going to say something relating to that network provider, and it's left for the audience to decipher which network is that.
Okay.
And you call out the number of that network.
Okay.
Now we are starting with a network that has to do with a lot of locations,
So,
like omnipresence, and that everywhere you go.
for these, I'll be using my presenter for it.
Okay, please.
Everywhere.
Everywhere you go. Listen up. You call the number and repeat after you. Everywhere you go. Hold your phones. Hold your phones.
Hold your
Please.
phones.
Technical crew, you are not allowed to participate. Hold your
Please.
phones.
You're not allowed to
Esteemed
participate.
audience. My guests, you are not. I hope you're not holding your phone.
Hold your phones.
Okay? Read it out.
Here we go. Everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go.
5316
5316
hyphen 6782
6782
4236
4236
48296.
48296.
Here we go again.
Again.
5316
5316
6782
6782
4236
4236
48296.
48296. That is for everywhere you go. If you get it, please indicate on the comment section while we move to the next network. And the network is I see you as a pompous person. Do you have pride?
A lot, actually.
You got pride.
I'm cocky.
Okay.
confident.
Just pick a network there and read it with pride. Read it out with pride. The network that has pride.
Oh.
That network that has pride. Read it out.
One with pride.
With pride. A lot of pride.
They always love to rule.
Very pompous.
Yes. So let's go.
Okay.
8792
8792
1946
1946
3257
3257
453.
453. Again.
I repeat, 8792
8792
1946
1946
3257
3257
453.
453. While we wait for somebody to indicate that they have gotten that, we move to the next network, and that is the smartphone network. The smartphone network.
Okay.
You know, this particular network started with Econet Wireless. You know that?
Way back to V-Mobile.
That's true. Econet to V-Mobile.
Speaking of V,
Zen.
Virginity Mobile.
So, let's take the numbers while we wait for people to indicate that they've gotten it.
Here we go. The Virgin Network.
Virginity Mobile.
5037
5037
9243
9243
9595
9595
7768.
778.
I repeat.
We repeat.
5037
5037
9243
9243
9595
9595
7768.
7768.
Do you want the translation in Igbo?
This will not need it in Igbo, else
Okay.
you give it to us in Biafra. Okay. From the comment section, nobody has indicated that this matter thick. Which kind of fast fingers are these on this edition now? Not getting it. The person that normally win pride, Ubi. Like she has not gotten it, so she's complaining. You have to listen properly.
We can.
She said, I've just been dethroned of my position. It means somebody else have gotten it.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to
Please,
use sign language.
If you have gotten any of the cards, indicate.
Do indicate.
Indicate, please. So we move to the very last network.
Yeah. Yes. Igalo Network.
Go ahead and read it.
Number 9. Igalo.
Number 9.
Our brother. Yes. There we go.
Okay. Ninja for life. Yes.
2351
2351
7955
7955
2336
2336
482.
482.
I go again.
Again and again.
2351
2351
7955
7955
2336
2336
482.
482. Thank you so much. Let's look at this. Okay. Sid Alfred. Airtel 500 got it. Congratulations. Sid Alfred is gotten 500 Airtel. Then Peace David gotten the MTN. Okay? Everywhere you go has been gotten. The smartphone network has been gotten. Nigeria for Life, we're still waiting for somebody to respond.
And rule your
And
world.
rule your world. We're still waiting for a responder. Okay. Thank you so much. While we're waiting for response from the audience, Otonye Daniel, we are almost at the end of time. And as a person, I want to appreciate your presence. Also appreciate the wealth of knowledge that you shared platform. Please, I want you to at least talk to the audience about yourself. Have something you're doing, you have a product you're selling, you have a company, all your social media handles. Tell them so that they could follow you and maybe ask you more questions about the topic.
Okay. As you all know, I am Daniel Otonye Joshua. I am a graphic designer. I also print shirts. Any kind of printing you do. Make brochures, make magazines, make posters, make shirts, make mother's shirts.
Will you want to advertise with us?
Subsequently.
Thank you.
Subsequently.
Seems I got a business partner right here.
It's a good platform.
Yeah.
So I'm the manager of Kappa Branded Wares.
Kappa, head of Kappa.
Yeah, Kappa Branded Wares.
Wow.
We're good at what we do. We have an Instagram handle. So
Talk to them so that they
check,
can.
just go customize shirts, customize t-shirts. And my personal handle is Eureka OT.
Eureka
Across
Can
Twitter.
you spell that? Audience?
EUREKA_OTI. Across Twitter and Instagram. On Facebook, I am Daniel Otonye. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What can you tell them about the platform?
Yeah, I would first advise any viewer today not only tune in next week, but also pay comment to another person, because this is a platform for learning a whole lot of things. So holding knowledge in itself is a crime.
Fraudulent.
So you should invite others, learn what's there, so we'll be moving to a better place.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Esteemed audience, you have heard a lot. I appreciate you for your presence, for patient with us. I think we spent over an hour on this session. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for your participation. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please
Click the button.
right and tell a friend to tell a friend. See you again next week, Thursday, same time, 7 p.m. on this platform, on this channel, Influence Media World. I remain your host, Steven Dan, AA. Thank you so much.
Musical